Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I wanted to get ready this morning and talk about some new makeup that I purchased recently that I've really been enjoying. We've got some makeup by Mario, some Armani, some Eldridge. Let's get the show on the road. My skin is prepped. I've got my sunscreen on. I'm wearing the Skin 1004 Centella SPF 50. That's one of my favorite sunscreens to wear under makeup. I'm going to keep the base really lightweight. I'm applying a little bit of my Holy Grail Sisley under eye concealer slash corrector. I have been using this for years. It's my favorite. I'm almost out of this tube. A tube lasts me about a year and a half and I use it every single day. So you do get a lot of product, which is nice. I try to repurchase it when Sisley do a friends and family sale or when I can catch it on sale at Saks or Neiman Marcus. I wanted to use this foundation, the Suqqu foundation. This is the Suqqu Nude Wear Liquid EX foundation. I have this in shade 25. I bought this foundation last year when I was in London, and it is a really beautiful foundation. Actually quite similar to the Eldridge skin tint in texture. It has that almost like that dry oil texture, but this has a touch more coverage, and this also has SPF 25 in it. But the shade range is not as robust as the Eldridge. This is kind of a step up in terms of coverage, and it just looks really natural on the skin. It sets. The packaging drives me crazy. You do have to shake it up quite a bit because it's the type of formula that is so fluid, it can separate. It's the kind of foundation that whenever I wear it, I get compliments on my skin. Now, when I was getting shade matched for this foundation, the shade underneath this, I think it was shade 24, that one had more of a neutral undertone, and that one was more of a precise match for me. But the makeup artist at the counter suggested shade 25 if I want almost the illusion of more coverage, because the warm undertones in shade 25 would cancel out the tones of my hyperpigmentation. It was an interesting experiment. She did half my face with shade 24, which, you know, matched my skin tone perfectly. It matched my neck perfectly. It was, you know, slightly lighter and neutral. And then the other half she did with shade 25, and although it's the same product, same foundation, it looked like shade 25 had more coverage because of that extra color correction. Didn't put too much of it on my nose because I'm just going to use concealer on my nose for my little broken blood vessels. It's just a really beautiful, natural looking foundation. I have to thank Karima McKimmy. She's the one that put this foundation on my radar. For concealer, I'm going to apply a little bit of my Holy Grail Haus concealer under my eyes. And then I do want to talk about a new concealer that I've tried, the Tower 28 concealer. I received this in PR and I was excited to try it because I hear so many amazing things about this concealer. I have this in the shade IE, and I can see why so many people love this concealer. It is really beautiful. It has really nice coverage, but I'll be honest, it's not my favorite. I like it, but I can't say I am over the moon obsessed with it. I prefer the Haus concealer, and I prefer the Givenchy concealer over this. Under the eyes, I prefer the Haus concealer. This just is the best performing concealer for me. And as an all over the face concealer, I prefer the Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer. That one's just a touch more blurring. I just feel like it looks so much more seamless and smooth on the skin, whereas this can look a little makeup-y. I prefer the softer, smoother look that I get from the Givenchy, but this performs better under the eyes than the Givenchy, but doesn't perform better than the Haus. So that's kind of where it sits in my concealer hierarchy. I would say it has a touch more coverage than the Givenchy, concealer, but yeah, it's just not quite as smoothing and blurring as that one is. That one just kind of effortlessly melts into my skin. I really love this concealer brush. This is the Jumbo Concealer Brush from Sonia G. It's so soft. It's really, really soft, and it blends complexion products really nicely into the skin. I also noticed that the Tower 28 concealer emphasizes my lines a little bit. Like it settles into my lines on my face more than the Givenchy does. After I'm done applying the concealer, in order to minimize that, I just take another little brush and I just kind of scoop out any excess product from those areas so that it doesn't gather throughout the day. Let's talk about the Makeup by Mario liquid bronzer. The official name is the SoftSculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I got this in the shade light medium. Color is quite different than the light medium in the Skin Enhancer that I really, really love. But the more I use this product, the more I grow to really, really like it. The first time I used it, I was kind of underwhelmed. I do wish that the colors were closer. What I really, really love about the SoftSculpt Skin Enhancer in the shade light medium is the tone. This has just such a beautiful neutral tone. The liquid version is warmer. So this is the cream and this is the liquid. You see the liquid has more golden warmth. I think if they were the same color, I would have been even happier. But what I do really love about the liquid version is that it maintains that beautiful glowy finish, but it actually sets. So I find it to be more long wearing on my skin. There's a sheen in the formula. I wouldn't call it glitter. It's not shimmer, but it is like a soft, refined sheen. You can see it. It's almost like a very, very, very subtle pearl to it. So that is what gives you the sheen and the glow, but the formula itself sets and dries down, which makes it more long wearing on my skin, especially in the summertime. And it has a pump applicator, or you can take this out and you have a doe foot applicator. So what am I in the mood for? Am I in the mood for applying it with a pump, or am I in the mood for applying it with a doe foot? Let's do a pump. I'm going to just pump it out on the back of my hand and work it into my brush. This is an old Rose Ink number 3 brush. I think Rose Ink is going out of business, or they're transitioning. I don't know. Rosy herself, Rosy Huntington Whiteley, is not involved in the brand anymore. So I'm assuming they're either going to rebrand or it's just going to go away. This is a very beautiful sheer bronzer, very much along the same lines of the cream version. So I'd say if you like this, you will like the liquid. The blush that I'm going to use today is also a liquid product. And this is my favorite new thing that I've bought recently, hands down. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint in the shade 50.5. I believe the shade name is Rosy Peach. If you remember the Giorgio Armani liquid blushes from the Neo Nude range, it's like a better version of that. The Neo Nude liquid blushes were very sheer, very much like a watercolor blush effect. This has a bit more pigment, but it's just enough. It's the right amount of pigment. It's easy to sheer out, easy to build up. The texture is just so beautiful. It's very, very thin. It sets, but you do get that natural lit from within glow. There's no shimmer. There's no actual like chunky sheen or shimmer. The glow just comes from the magic of the ingredients inside, I guess. But again, it sets. doesn't stay greasy, tacky, or anything. And this is really long wearing. This is more long wearing than the CL liquid blushes. Love both, but if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this one. I think the CL shades, the ones that I have, are a little bit more exciting, a little bit more special to me. And I also love that the CL has added SPF 50. They're quite different. The CL is more creamy. This is a lighter weight formula. I prefer to apply this on the back of my hand first because, again, this formula, you get enough time to blend it out, but it's not as creamy as the CL. The CL has a bit more playtime. I can just dot the CL and blend it out, and it's very foolproof. This, I would rather work it into the brush first and then apply it to my cheeks because I don't want to just dot it on, then have the dot set on my face. You know what I mean? But look at this color. This color is so beautiful. It's the color that I was missing. I actually don't have this color in my blush collection at all anymore. I used to have a similar one from Tower 28, but then it went bad, so I had to get rid of it. I don't remember the name of it. It's like the perfect summer blush color for me. I am very, very attracted to these tones in the summertime. Now let's powder. I'm going to take my Givenchy Prism Libre powder in shade number 3 with my little Amazon powder puff, and I'm going to set my under eye area and set my T-zone. So we're nice and powdered. I'm going to apply just a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray to lock everything in place. And for brows, I don't have anything new. I'm just going to use my Victoria Beckham brow pencil to just fill in my brows a little bit. Just a little bit of Kosas Tinted Brow Gel. I'm using Chanel Undertone, and I have to thank so many of you because I was going to declutter this. I featured it in my last makeup empties / declutter video, and I talked about how this was just really, really dried out. And a few of you recommended adding a little bit of face oil, and that's what I did, and it has revived this formula. So I'm able to use it again, which is exciting. Now, I don't know if this is going to make it rancid. Maybe it's going to make it go bad faster. It smells and performs fine right now, but you know, something to keep an eye out for sure. I bought the new Lisa Eldridge mascara and I really like it. This is the Kitten Lash mascara. If you like the Tower 28 mascara, I think you will really like the Lisa Eldridge. This is like a slightly amped up version of the Tower 28. It's just a really nice plastic. But look at that. It just gives such nice volume. It's like that perfect lengthening, fluttery volume. Zero smudging. It's not as lifting and curling as some of the Japanese mascaras that I like, but it's more voluminous. So my lashes will drop a little bit, but the volume is so nice. It's the nicest buildable volume mascara I've ever tried because it doesn't, they stay fluttery. It doesn't make my lashes look clumpy or chunky at all. The Little Black Primer from Estee Lauder, and then I used to mix that with another Estee Lauder mascara. I don't know which one it was. I don't think they make it anymore, but it was like Double Wear Volume or something like that. It reminds me of that. It reminds me of the effect that I used to get when I layered those two products, and it just lasts really nicely. Doesn't smudge, doesn't flake. I do remove it with my eye makeup remover. I love the La Roche-Posay eye makeup remover or the Lancome eye makeup remover, and those do the job effortlessly. I'm going to apply just a little bit of the Victoria Beckham, what is this called? The brightening pencil on the waterline. Finally, for the lips, another brand new Lisa Eldridge product, the Balm Embrace Melting Lip Color in the shade Epanoui. So pretty, slightly slimmer than her other lipstick component, and I think you get the same amount. Let's see. Her other lipsticks, this is the Luxuriously Lucent lipstick in the shade Kitten Mischief, one of my favorites. This you get 3.5 grams of product. In the Balm Embrace formula, you get 2.8 grams of product. So you get slightly less product in the Balm Embrace as opposed to the other lipsticks. And in terms of the formula, it's really, really nice. It's the type of lipstick formula that I love. It's a balm, so it's sheer. It's a sheer, buildable, balmy lipstick with a shiny finish. It has a really nice high shine. There's no scent, there's no fragrance. This color is beautiful. This is that gorgeous My Lips But Better kind of color. They feel really, really nice. It's the kind of lip formula that you just want to just slap it on all day. So it's disappointing that you actually get less product than this, because this is the type of product that you would use up faster because you're using more. It's really pretty. It's really comfortable. In terms of pigmentation, it's similar to the Luxuriously Lucent, but maybe like a hint more sheer. If you like the Chantecaille Lip Chics, the Surratt Lip Sleeks, it's that kind of formula. Maybe a touch more sheer and a touch more shiny. It's not as thick and cushiony as the YSL Candy Glazes or the Romand Glasting Melting Balms that I love. So if you want like thick, cushiony shine, those formulas will serve you better. This has that high shine, but it is thinner. But at the same time, it's not so thin and slippery that it just disappears from your lips after half an hour. It actually stays on the lips quite nicely, and it feels really nice and moisturizing and nourishing on the lips. However, once it completely fades away from my lips, I can't say that I feel long-lasting moisture effects from it. So my lips are chronically dehydrated though, but if you don't have that chronic dry lip problem, you probably will feel that your lips are even better after this fades. After this fades, my lips feel normal. Like they just feel normal and comfortable, but I can't say that I feel substantial leftover moisture or anything. Maybe the YSL Candy Glazes, maybe because those are thicker, I feel like those leave more of a lasting moisture effect after they fade, but it's quite a different formula. Here's the shade comparison. This is Epanoui from Lisa Eldridge, and this is Kitten Mischief. So on my skin tone, even though Epanoui is described as a cool-toned pinky mauve, it's not that cool-toned on my lips. I would say it's just a really beautiful My Lips But Better neutral pink on my lips, which I like. It's very effortless. It's the kind of lip color that looks great with any look, and it just pulls slightly more pink than Kitten Mischief. On me, Kitten Mischief leans a little bit warmer. Let's do a little bit of lip liner with it. This is the Lisa Eldridge lip liner in the shade 0N, just to add some structure to my lips. Going to do just a tiny touch of the Chantecaille finishing powder, just where I tend to get super oily. So I like to take it to kind of clean up And this is it. This is the final look. I am really, really excited about these products. Maybe other than the Tower 28, I would probably repurchase everything else. This, like I mentioned, is the kind of product that is growing on me. Every single time I use it, I appreciate it more and more. This product really, really shines in everyday, effortless makeup situations. This blush is the star of the show for me. This is the one that would be, I think, my top recommendation if you are in the market for a new blush. I know that blush is very, very easy to overbuy and it is so hard to use up. So I don't want to enable you. If you have so much blush, you are just overwhelmed by the amount of blush that you have. Will this change your life dramatically? Absolutely not. But if there is, a particular shade that really speaks to you that you don't have in your collection, I can wholeheartedly recommend this formula. It is so, so beautiful. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. The Tower 28 concealer is nice, but like I said, I just have concealers in my collection that I prefer. I don't hate it, but I just don't love it as much as some of my other concealers. And then new Lisa Eldridge products, the mascara, absolutely love. I have to say, I wasn't expecting much from this because I didn't really hear that many rave reviews about it, but mascara is so, so personal. So sometimes I really feel like I'm taking a gamble anytime I try a new mascara, especially when it's expensive. Most of them end up disappointing me. My curl dropped a little bit, but this is the way it's gonna stay all day. So it's not as lifting and curling, but it makes up for it in the fluffy, effortless volume. And then when it comes to the Baume Embrace, is that what it's called? The Baume Embrace Balm, really pretty. Love the color. The formula is really nice and comfortable. Do I like this better than the Luxuriously Lucent? Yes. Honestly, I think that this is probably my favorite Lisa Eldridge lip formula other than the lip liners. Like the new Sculpt and Shape lip liners are so good. The tones are amazing. Do I need to go and buy every single shade? No. This is the shade that I think I'm just happy with one shade, and this is the shade for me. This is like a nice My Lips But Better shade for me, and that's the kind of color that I like in these formulas, because this is just a throw in your bag and slap it on throughout the day kind of formula for me. So I want the color to just work with any look that I have on. So that's it. That's my long-winded new makeup check-in. Have you tried any of these products? Let me know in the comments below. Is there any summer makeup that you are excited about? Whether you haven't purchased it yet or whether it's a future launch that you heard about that you haven't checked out yet. Is there anything on your summer beauty wish list that you are dying to try? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.